Hi, I'm Ali. Welcome to my world, bitch. I love Spider-Man for whatever reason. It's beyond me. But Sam Raimi's trilogy is objectively just the best iteration of a Spider-Man movie. It just is. Even Harry freaking Potter thinks so.
What? No, Toby McGuire. Oh! You know, Toby McGuire. Spiderman.
Don't fight me, fight Darren Criss. I've seen Andrew Garfield, I've seen Tom Holland, and you know what? I'm just not about it. That's just not where it is. I rewatch it often, and let's just watch it now, because why not? We're in quarantine, there's nothing else to watch. This was the first superhero movie I think I was ever exposed to, and it's just incredible. Like, MCU just doesn't even come close to measuring up. With MCU, the fight scenes are too long, cheap laughs are too cheap, there's not enough irony, and there's not enough emotional investment. Like, I don't care about any of the characters. Like, someone dies and I'm just like, yeah, fine. So this is a new revelation. But none of these kids look like high school kids. Like, they look more like high schoolers than the Riverdale kids do, but like, they still don't look like high schoolers. Okay, so I'm editing and I watched the movie again and I was like, you know what, there's a lot of stuff that I missed. So like, here we go. Friends t-shirt, just saying. Love that show. The spider is red and blue. That's just a weird addition. Like, why bother, right? So convenient that both the hero and the villain had their biological transformation in the same night. Bro, you were bitten by a spider. You were bitten by a spider, and you have a mark on your hand where the spider bit you that's like this big. It's massive. It's huge. And you're also feeling disgustingly sick. Why don't you go to the hospital? Why? Like, what? You're not on the run from the law. Why aren't you going to the hospital? Were people in Peter Parker's life so dumb that they just didn't even notice the extreme difference in him? Like his appearance, his physique, his confidence, like his best friend and his family had no idea. Like, sure, Aunt May is mourning, but even before then, she's like, oh, my nephew who I raised is acting kind of weird. Let's just blame adolescence. And like, sure, Harry is book dumb and street smart. Kinda. He wouldn't have noticed if his best friend suddenly became a stud. Why is he just standing there with his fist out? He's just... Why? Why is he doing that? Okay. The kid behind MJ, I swear to God, I swear, like, Bible. This kid is in Glee or something like I recognize that goofy face from somewhere. He's in something. I know it. Tell me what it is in the comments, because I'm not looking into it right now.
Go, Web! Fly! Up and away, Web! Shazam! Go, Web, go!
Why is your first instinct to jump off a building? You're like, hey, I've got these webs coming out of, or something coming out of my hands. Who knows what it is? I'm going to jump off a building to test its strength. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Of all the responses to a man approaching you, Mary Jane goes with, buzz off.
They said I needed acting lessons.
She probably does need some acting classes. Like, if you want to act, you take classes. It's literally step one. And of course it's raining, and of course she's braless, because tits. Why does this man sound like a straight up dog? I love the scream that the goblin does here. It's like a pterodactyl, it's amazing. Okay, serious question that's not necessarily movie one specific. What happens to the webs? Like, does he always leave the webs behind, or does he go back later and clean up after himself? Or like, can he retract the web back into his wrist if he's like let it go out a bit too much? And like, also, what's the weight restriction on the webs? And also, if it rains, like, does the web disintegrate in water? But also, what does the web smell like? Does it vary depending on what he's eaten recently? And like, how fast does the web travel? Like, because it'd have to be fast enough to catch himself, but also not fast enough to catch Emma Stone. Rip. There's just so many questions about the web. I don't get, like, is it like Frozone? Like, if he's dehydrated, he can't make ice. So if Peter hasn't eaten, like, you know, enough fiber or something, the web doesn't work. And what does it feel like when it's coming out of him? Because we know that, like, Wolverine, like, it hurts every single time, like, the knives come out. But like, for Peter, is it like orgasmic? Because it looks like it would be. Oh, I'm going to hell. That's where I'm going. I'm going to hell. I'm surprised it took so long for anyone to notice. Like, granted, it was the one person, like the worst person who could have noticed. I'm surprised it took so long. Like, he is no James Bond.
You knew?
Of course I knew. What do you think? Your father is no James Bond.
Norman Osborn here reminds me of Edward Cullen in the first movie, where the smell is just overwhelming him and he's like, oh damn, I want to eat this bitch. That's the look he has on his face. He wants to eat Peter. It's a sexual thing, I swear. And also, MJ had absolutely no reason to be mad here. Like, absolutely be mad at your boyfriend's dad for being a dick, but like, don't be mad at your boyfriend. He didn't do anything wrong. Chill, bitch. Yeah, okay. So like, be mad at him, absolutely, but not at first. Like, give it some time. Communicate and be like, hey, that really upset me. Why didn't you defend me a little bit more than you already did? Wow, you really admire your father that much and you think he's amazing and faultless? Wow, okay, maybe now I'm mad at you.
Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us.
Okay. I love it. I love it so much. Just like stab in the ab. Fight. Oh, and the slicing sound. The slicing sound is just like... Pride seems to be apparent in all our villains. They're all complex scientists and Pride destroyed them. Revenge and Pride are big themes. Honestly, the casting of Willem Dafoe and James Franco just like... Her love for Peter is so rare. It just comes out of goddamn nowhere. Like, where did this come from? Oh, you just all of a sudden love him. MJ is so freaking annoying. I hate her. She is such a whiny little bitch. Okay, like, she's just a classic, like... I'm not like other girls. Like, she's a manic pixie girl next door. Like, why does Spider-Man love her? I don't see the appeal at all. Like, sure. Like, yeah, she's mad pretty, whatever. But, like, her hair is a ridiculous red color. And, like, not even, like, a nice red. Like, it's just a terrible red. And she has no personality. Like, maybe for Peter, it might have been, like, the initial infatuation. Because, like, she's pretty and, like, she's kind of nice. But, like, there's nothing else. Like, there's nothing else going on. He's still such a simp for her. Like, he's just expecting her to wait around for him and... No. That's all. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, comment, all that stuff that people end their videos on. Bye.